So you can say, ich liebe das Auto, ich liebe Volkswagen, means I love that car and I love Volkswagen.
Ich liebe das Auto. Ich liebe das
Volkswagen.
Ich liebe Volkswagen.
1 week later.
Ich liebe das Auto. Ich liebe das Volkswagen.
No, that's there.
I'm gonna edit this out.
Cut.
Welcome to another episode of History on Wheels, and today I'm very excited because I have with me Niharica Raizada, medical cardiologist, actress, influencer, and most importantly for me and the show, a car fanatic.
Every morning when I come out of my house, I first inspect if there's any new scars on the car and then I sit in.
And with her, I have her VW Vento, which she calls
White candy.
White Candy. It's white and she has personalized name for most of the cars that she's on. Not most, all of the cars
All
that
my
you
cars.
So we're going to be shooting with her. VW Vento has great heritage. So we're going to be discussing more about this car. But to start with, first tell me more about your car.
So my father suggested that I should go for Volkswagen, mainly for its safety and reliability. This car has an incredible exterior.
You've owned this since?
I've owned this since 2017.
So you'll be completing 6 years.
Yeah, so nearly 6 years. It's got great fog lamps at the front.
I like the fact that the white is still maintained.
Oh yes.
That's a good sign.
We try to keep it as clean
the
as possible.
chrome is nice.
Do you know that this symbol is actually supposed to look like an old beard's man? That's what the Germans actually designed it against. Maybe it was kind of representing the Mr. Hitler that we were discussing. And then we've got a really nice body. We've got steel rods, which is like, you can't see them, but within the wall. So that's another thing that I really liked about the car. Again, the safety aspect is so important. It's got a really nice hand glove, cold hand glove. So if you're feeling too hot, you can put your hand into it. But no, there are other
So for cooling
things,
your drinks.
Yeah, it's great for cooling.
One of the things that I also liked, I think this has got the anti-pinch.
Yes,
for the power windows, and they're all 4 power windows.
All 4 power windows, yes. You're going to use me as a guinea pig now, aren't you?
Yeah, only for the sake of this experiment.
This is very risky.
Medical cardiologist here because you've done this on experimented on people before. I'm going to use you as one. For the sake of this experiment, we're going to use Niharica's fingers to test out the anti-pinch movement of the windows on the VW Vento.
Okay.
Okay? Best of luck.
Okay.
3,
I'm gonna die.
1. Okay. Her fingers are safe, so she can still practice her medicine if she wants to.
Yes, I can cut. I can cut you open first.
But it's a nice, well-maintained car. I do see a scratch here.
Oh yes. That scratch is a blessing from Siddhivinayak. Must have been standing there. So I'm a big bhakt of Ganpati, and so I go there a lot. So my driver told me that that's happened there, so I let it be.
Apart from the fact that there's a scratch, if there's somebody who remembers each and every scratch that the car has got, that is a good sign of a person who loves their cars. It's because for anybody else, if you get a scratch on your body, you'll remember. So this car is a part of her life. It's more than a car for her. It still looks in a nice condition. I'm pretty sure it's good to drive as well.
It is good to drive. It's my...
Because I read about I was trying to research on this car, and a lot of people have their opinion about this car in a positive way. They've owned this car since 2010 that it launched. They have different variations.
Right.
But people have only spoken positive. There are complaints here and there about the missing features. But safety is something that they have always focused on.
Yeah, robust car.
Robust. I've seen cars which have got into accidents. The back is gone, the front is gone, but the passenger compartment is still intact.
This is definitely in line with all of those features. It's a very safe car, very reliable car. That's why my father suggested it to me.
Let's go for a spin. And do you mind if I drive?
You are going to drive?
Yes.
Okay, here goes.
Thank you. Let's go.
Don't worry. I don't mind if you stop in between.
No, I won't.
And give me jerks.
It sounds so wrong.
obviously said, you know what she rides. I was like, you don't call a Volkswagen Vento something that you ride. You know, you ride like other things, but yeah.
So let's talk about your cars.
My Vento. We have practically lived in German cars. My father is a die-hard fan of German motor technology, precision, excellence, like quality. He loves the precision with which. So Germany is like the Amir Khan, the country which is perfect in everything. You know, as in we have given him that kind of status. So. What I like about this car is that the history is very deep, you know. It started off, like we said, back in the day, before the World War I, with certain people that we shall not name. But apart from that, it was a place in Germany, which is a little south to Hanover and Hamburg. So Hanover, is on the east side, right? East or west? The west side, and Hamburg is on the top, and then you've got Wolfgang, which is where Wolfsburg, which is where the first ever factory of Volkswagen was laid out. And it was laid out so that a car could be made for the families to transport 2 adults and 3 children. And that's the basic idea. And they used a man named Ferdinand Porsche to design the first outer body of this car. Who is obviously the maker of Porsche. And yeah, so it's got a beautiful history. The car has a beautiful history, and as in maybe not a very beautiful history, but definitely a history which goes back far into.
You know, we try and reframe, like when the conversation came up and we were like, we would not want to name.
Yes.
But even Gandhiji, okay, he appreciated certain things that he did. Like he improved agriculture in Germany, automobile industry in Germany, and most of all, the reason why it's called a Volkswagen is because he wanted a people's car.
Right.
A cheap way for people to travel.
Yes.
And that's why we have the brand. No doubt, what went on during World War. But then it was eventually acquired by the government.
Yes, it was acquired. 63% was acquired by the government later on in the years. And obviously now, they've kind of built a reputation for themselves with this whole reliability status and with this affordability status and with the safety status and precision status. I really find that Volkswagen's motor is very easy to maintain.
It is. I mean, they come from, again, the World War II heritage where they knew that they had to repair things on the go.
Yeah.
So easy to maintain things and things that would last, and they've maintained it.
Perfect.
When VW came into India, we didn't have safety standards then. 2010, we are talking about
13 years ago.
Everything sold. It's now in the last 3-4 years that we're talking about, Euro ratings, safety ratings, airbags. How many airbags does a car have? Nothing. But VW was the first one to introduce in that segment 2 airbags.
Yes.
For the driver and the passenger. Other manufacturers, it was optional, but they were like, this is by default. Driver gets it, that's going to be optional if you want it. But from the second line of cars, you would get that as an option. And no matter how many accidents, so when I was researching for the Vento yesterday, I was also trying to get into the history. There was not much history, but I'll tell you what I found.
What?
There are videos, there are hundreds of videos by customers about their long-term relationship with a Vento. Like people who have driven the car for 7 years, 10 years, the original Vento since 2010.
Yeah.
And they all talk about the quality, how the car is almost the same when they bought it. The quality is just the same. And apart from that, there are people who have given testimonies like you. They've been in an accident. There were a couple of them which got squished between a truck. Some of them rammed into a pole. The outside is messed up.
Of course.
But the passenger cabin is intact.
Untouched. I'm witness to that.
Intact.
Untouched.
Like people were literally able to open the doors and get out.
you've got diagonal steel rods. Do you know the external, if you were to x-ray the outside, you'd see diagonally placed
So you have
steel
diagonal
rods.
steel rods here and all the 4 doors.
Yeah.
You have steel enforced bearings here on the A pillar, the center pillar, B pillar, and also on the rear. So even if you manage to turn the car upside down, you're on the roof, you're still going to be safe. You're not going to end up
Very
hitting
safe.
head.
I must say, people who live in Mumbai and do live out of their cars more than they live out of their homes, and this is a fact, okay?
Absolutely.
Especially who travel a lot from one place to another, which I do so much. So your car is actually your home. Now, you believe it or not, but I believe in this.
I do.
And this is my home, right? I do all my work from here. My well-being, my work, my mental peace occurs in this baby, you know? And so she goes through exactly what I go through, just from a road perspective.